Prejudice, Mansfield Park, and Emma, she achieved modest success and little fame in her lifetime, as the books were published anonymously. She wrote two other novels, Northanger Abbey and Persuasion, both published posthumously in 1818, and began another eventually entitled Sanditon, but died before its completion. She also left behind 3 volumes of juvenile writings in manuscript, the short novel Lady Susan, and another unfinished novel, The Watsons. Ironically, Austen gained far more status after her death, and her 6 full-length novels have rarely been out of print. A significant transition of her posthumous reputation occurred in 1833, when her novels were republished in Richard Bentley's Standard Novel series and sold as a set. They gradually gained wider acclaim and popular readership. In 1869, 52 years after her death, her nephew's publication, A Memoir of Jane Austen, introduced a compelling version of her writing career and supposedly uneventful life to an eager audience. Jane Austen has inspired a large number of critical essays and literary anthologies. Her novels have inspired many films, from 1940's Pride and Prejudice to more recent productions like Sense and Sensibility in 1995. Austen passed away on July 18, 1817.
Quotations. Jane Austen. The person, be it a gentleman or lady, who has not pleasure in a good novel must be intolerably stupid. Life seems but a quick succession of busy nothings. Selfishness must always be forgiven because there is no hope of a cure. An unhappy alternative is before you, Elizabeth. From this day you must be a stranger to one of your parents. Your mother will never see you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins, and I will never see you again if you do. A lady's imagination is very rapid. It jumps from admiration to love, and from love to matrimony in a moment. There is, I admit, a stubbornness about me that can never bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Nobody minds having what is too good for them. A large income is the best recipe for happiness that I have ever heard of. Is not general incivility the very essence of love? Nothing ever fatigues me but doing what I do not like. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a good wife. You must learn from some of my philosophy. Think only of the past, as its remembrance gives you pleasure. Those who do not complain are never pitied. It isn't what we say or think that defines us, but what we do. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. How quick comes the reasons for approving what we like. There are people whom the more you do for them, the less they do for themselves. To flatter and follow others without being flattered and followed in turn is but a state of half enjoyment. Business, you know, may bring money, but friendship hardly ever does. Laugh, do as much as you choose, but you will not laugh me out of my opinion. There are certainly not so many men of large fortune in the world as there are pretty women to deserve them. I always deserve the best treatment, because I never put up with any other. My sore throats are always worse than anyone's. Happiness in marriage is entirely a matter